Into the grapevine on a Thursday morning here on Smooth 98.1. Love music, love life. It happens to the best of us. Happens to the best of us, Oris. No worries, no worries, no worries. Anyways, you already heard the voice of the one and only Oris. He's in the building. Ayokunmi here as well, ready to walk you through what's been going on in the world of entertainment and just to have a good time. That's what we love to do in the grapevine. Just have great conversation, like a fireside chat, something like that. And you get to be a part of it as always. So please do join us on WhatsApp and on YouTube as well. On WhatsApp, you can find us or you can send your messages in to us on 0809 0809 That is the WhatsApp number. You can also join the YouTube stream at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Yes, indeed. Turned on the camera. I just forgot that it was off. Anyways, like I said, Oris is in the studio with you. Oris, good morning to you.
Good morning, Ayo. Well, sorry about that thing that happened this 3 seconds ago. But yeah, good morning, Lagos, and good morning, or rather, good any other time of the day to those who are non-Lagosians or maybe non-Africans.
True. Good any other time of the day. I should write that down. Anyways, James Silas also is on the call. James, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Lagos. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Ayo, good morning, Oris. How you all doing?
We're doing good, doing good. Ready to dive into some great discussions.
Maybe would actually, I'm looking for one for James. If you can organize something for the boys will be very willing to extend their arms out to you to receive whatever it is you have in store. God bless you as you bless me.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
He wants you to bless him with some financial
breakthrough.
Breakthrough. Yes. That's the word. So
do you know that Oris earns in dollars? Should I tell everybody?
Oh God. Okay, let's move on, please.
That was quick. Anyways, all right, let's move on. Since Oris doesn't want to reveal certain things this morning, even though I'm very curious now to find out what's going on. Let's talk about Burna Boy. He's been in the news in a recent interview on the official UK Afrobeats chart show. He shared that with the knowledge he now possesses, he wouldn't have made the disparaging comments that he made about Afrobeats. Like remember, he made some infamous statements about that Afrobeats lacked substance, and that was said in a 2023 interview. Now, he shared that the statement was born out of his long-standing decision to identify his music as Afrofusion, as opposed to the umbrella term Afrobeats, which is used to define Nigerian pop music and which he believes doesn't adequately capture his music. Has much really changed in terms of his music, Afrobeats in general, and did he really need to make this apology? I mean, knowing Burna Boy as a very, I don't know the right word to use, his shoulders are usually in the air, and him apologizing and saying that, hey, those statements, he probably shouldn't have made them.
Yeah, I don't think he really needs to apologize, although given that it's Burna Boy, I would accept it. Just because I'm not sure that this is I don't think it's very usual for Burna Boy to like backtrack on something he said in the past. So that's the only reason why I think of this as, okay, not a terrible development. Otherwise, I think he has the right to say, you guys think of Afrobeats or as the genre as this thing. I think that I might be this thing, but I'm also more than this thing. I think that's a valid statement to make. At least that's how I interpreted it at the time. Plus also the thing about lacking substance. I wouldn't say one. I think the report is a little weird, saying that it's a disparaging comment. It looks to me like it's kind of fact. I mean, if the large portion of the mainstream Afrobeats is focused on partying, on girls, on having a good time, on jai, as you say, I'm not entirely sure that somebody saying it lacks substance. If by substance it means something a little bit more, what's the word now? Something you can hold on to, maybe something a little bit more political. I kind of think that's a valid thing to say. So it's a little weird that the report itself is calling it a disparaging comment. It's really just reflecting what exactly we listen to. I'm not sure that you can turn on any streaming platform to Afrobeats music and hear maybe 20 songs, and more than half of them wouldn't be about something ephemeral, so to speak. So yeah, so it's a feel good or good time or danceable music. That's what Afrobeats is mostly is. So somebody saying that, I don't think of that as disparaging. Like I said, I'm happy that he's saying he's kind of backtracking because that's just a new development. So I'm just because it's Burna Boy, and we do not particularly have him reflecting and apologizing or rather backtracking. I'm like, okay, I'll take it.
Maybe he's
But
growing up.
maybe, I don't think is it growing up to lie?
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah, yeah. Is it good? It doesn't mean that you grow up if you said the truth in the past and then subsequently you're like, you know what I said maybe wasn't the truth. I'm not sure that that's growing up per se. Or maybe it is. If the idea of sinfulness is something associated with adulthood, then maybe I'll agree.
I don't know
But
what to say.
otherwise, I don't necessarily believe that somebody saying Afrobeat music, at least the mainstream Afrobeat music, is heavily um, about stuff other than, I guess, the seriousness of the average Nigerian life. I think it's kind of fair to say that. So that's yeah.
Hmm.
So I'm happy. While I'm happy to know that Burna Boy can, I guess, get to this other level where he's saying, "Oh, maybe just maybe I offended somebody. Maybe I didn't mean it like that," and then that bit is good. But for him to say, okay, to be honest, in the interview, he actually doesn't say that Afrobeats has substance. I think it was more like apologetic. So maybe it wasn't a lie, but I just think that people should be able to stand by what they say if it is
Hmm.
the truth. Yeah.
Right. Okay. You said something very interesting, Oris, and I'm going to ask James this question now. From what Oris was talking about, Afrobeats music, looking at Burna Boy's point of view, talking about it's Jaye music, it's feel good music, and so on and so forth. Now, looking at the comment about not about lacking substance. Now, looking at Burna's music in question, looking at his body of work, can we say that it has substance compared to the Afrobeats that he has said did not lack substance, or sorry, lack substance, as it were? Its own music, does it have substance?
Okay. I think I don't think that and like in all fairness or with all sense of responsibility, Afrobeat is just our own form of pop music. And truthfully speaking, pop music has never been music that is supposed to, you're supposed to be listening to be, that will take you to a place of philosophy or some place where you have deep thoughts and all that. Because that has never been pop music. So even if you say Afrobeat does not have substance, it's okay if you want to say that. If you feel that way, I think it will still boil down to preference. Think about the things you talk about when it comes to reggae music. Think about all the songs that the likes of Bob Marley, Lucky Dube, all those legends have, the things they talk about. Or when it comes to, reggae music. Also bring it back to, the legendary Fela Kuti when he
Yeah.
talks, talk about Afrobeats, on its own, not diluted, not, the whole Afrobeats with the S, and where you have to emphasize to make sure you're separating Afrobeats and Afrobeats. So they've been different. Afrobeats, like I said, it has been the pop of Nigerian music, which has almost been, people abroad have struggled to, accept it as pop music. And that's how we ended up at, okay, Afrobeats. And it feels like, okay, they like this one. Since they've accepted it, everybody, even if you're a rapper and they call you an Afrobeats artist, you are happy with it. And that's exactly where Burna Boy would have thought he was making reggae music or dancehall music. Just maybe they did not perceive it as that. And
Right.
even when they categorized him as Afrobeat, he thought that no, I'm not supposed to be Afrobeat, I'm supposed to be, and which is because he thought that they will not accept his sound or his music globally just because it's Afrobeat. But eventually they did, and they categorized him as Afrobeat, and he got a Grammy, and he got nominations, and he won, and they are still calling him an Afrobeat artist. They never put him in a dancehall or reggae category, you know. So looking at all of that now, coming back now to this album that we're talking about right now. Personally, I've not listened to the album, but I've read reviews. I've listened to, but you can almost think that you've listened to the album because of all the songs you'd have heard over time from this particular project, and just maybe it does not or did not appeal to a couple of people or a lot of people in the way that other songs have, I mean, other Burna Boy releases have done. But I think that this is also him trying to sample more, new sound or sort of go a bit of a different direction with what he has
All right.
been known for in the past. But I think maybe we need to give it some time. But for some people, for me, I don't think Burna Boy has made any bad song or makes bad music in any way. I'm a Burna Boy music fan. Do you understand? Um, but as far as this project is concerned, and I'm sure maybe somehow we might connect it again to another story that I saw on our list today, and just maybe Justin Bieber. The sound. You know, remember when Whiskey gave us sound from the other? No, not sound. What was that title again? The Whiskey album that he did at first from. Is that sound from the other side or songs from the other
If you
sound
mean
from the other?
the Wizkid album after he signed with Sony, yes, it sounds from the other side.
Oh, correct. So you know how people or how he felt back here when that album was released. That's almost turned one of his worst albums so far to date, if I'm not mistaken. Just
I don't
because
think that has changed, James.
Wow.
you know what, you understand me, right? You know, so I mean, I'm sure you get the
He's
message.
done worse. I mean, sadly. But
He's
James,
done worse than that.
how did we start discussing Whiskey and Burna Boy albums? But in any case, if you want to discuss that, so I think yes, I think Whiskey has done worse albums than that. To be honest, I think that for the lot of them, Burna Boy is the most album-based artist.
Artist, yeah.
Yes, Whiskey has, in my view, maybe one and a half really, really good albums, and that would have to be, of course, the very first one, Superstar. So it was like an album because that was one of the records that actually launched this idea of Afrobeats being a party-driven album, party-driven genre, so to speak.
Yeah.
Superstar, of course. Then maybe the one with Essence. What's the title?
One with Thames.
No, the one with Essence. Well, with Thames, of course, with Essence.
Essence.
Yeah, album, not sign, not song title. Sound from Lagos or something. No, Lagos.
Made in Lagos.
Made in Lagos, exactly. So maybe the Lagos might be number 2, and then you can then bring in sound from the other side. I don't think the Soundman albums, the two are Volume 1 and Volume 2 or something. I don't think they're that good. This other one is Mariah. Unfortunately, it's just possible music. Burna is the one who I think has made decent body of works. But I mean, like I said, that's not. I don't think that's what we're supposed to be discussing. So let's not get into all of that.
Don't allow Whiskey to catch you outside.
Whiskey FC needs to. I mean, I think they need to understand. You know, their guy has been the most welcome when it comes to like great album. He only has one.
Okay, there's a message here on WhatsApp that says, I beg to disagree that Afrobeats lacks substance. Saying Afrobeats lacks substance is like saying rap music lacks substance as well. Both types of music are about the beats itself and the rhymes. I don't see Burna Boy's music itself being different from the actual Afrobeat fella songs with modern sound.
I don't think that's even true. I'm not even sure Burna Boy himself would agree. Of course, he's used a lot of. Everybody else has used fella. That's the fact of the matter.
I mean,
it's either you are going to take fella's some of his sound. For instance, like what's that song with Femi Kuti and Jaye? In fact, Jaye something with Femi Kuti and Wizkid, or you take the what's the word now? The aesthetics. If you look the same out that same Wizkid album or something, you would see that the girls on his album cover had one of those paintings that used to be on fellas, you know.
Yeah.
Or like the band, you take the outfits, those skinny, those really tight outfits. You get or like or like or like Tiwa. You would sample him on 99. What's that song? 99 one thing that she sang just after she signed.
99. Yeah, that's standing.
Yeah, she has a line, from so there are people who take riffs, they're skills, so would take him wholesale, take a chorus from Fela. You understand? So Fela is kind of like it's kind of like a base, yes, of a lot of so everybody who feels like they want some kind of respect or they want to go internationally the way. I feel like a lot of them feel the pressure to take something of Fela because people internationally understand. I think it must be, 2014. Okay, let me personal story. 2014, I was somewhere in Europe, and I remember speaking to maybe 2 people, especially one of them was a DJ. Who do you know in Nigerian music? This was around the time when Ojuelegba came out, by the way. This is like months after it came out. So I still it was a big song. DJ, play Ojuelegba, and I'd never heard of Ojuelegba. I'm not like, okay, how about any Nigerian song? And the only Nigerian person he knew was Fela. This was 2014, that's like 10, 11 years ago. Anyway, so the point is that most people feel like they need to take something of Fela to go somewhere, but it doesn't mean that they are doing Afrobeat music. It's kind of like saying that, what's his name? Burna Boy sampled Tony Braxton, so he's doing R&B. You understand? So it's not quite the same thing. James is right when he says that Afrobeats really is just Nigerian pop. That's just what it is. It's our pop music. That's what it is. So it's a big umbrella. So I think that's a major issue, I think, with Burna Boy's initial statement, in that he didn't quite understand that Afrobeat, to sell this entire thing that we're up to, this contemporary pop sound from Nigeria, they needed a name. I don't like the name Afrobeat. I've hated it for a long time. But the fact of the matter is that you kind of need that name to kind of sell an idea. Right. So that's kind of what happened. Burna Boy always wanted to feel like his sound was Afrofusion. And I even think Davido has also claimed the same thing, to be honest. And I get it. But if you think about it, the definition of Afrofusion and Afrobeats aren't much different. The idea is that there's an African angle to what they are making, and that's just it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's take a quick breather. James referred to Justin Bieber, who also has new music out, which has had very, very mixed reviews and all that. We'll dive into that briefly when we come back in and so much more. Keep it tuned to the Grapevine right here on the Smooth Breakfast. It's a Smooth 98.1.
Someone was actually asking whatever, and I thought he or she was trying to get in. As I was asking. Oh, no. Oh, this is like almost 30 minutes ago, so I don't know if the person is still there.
The person that talked about Oris.
Yeah?
Is it the person that said maybe Afrobeat is like hip hop too?
What? How? What are you asking?
No, I thought somebody said one of the comments that said maybe Afrobeat is like hip hop or rap music or something.
Yeah. He said, okay, let me read it for you. A comment saying that I beg to disagree, that Afrobeats lack substance. Saying Afrobeats lack substance is like say rap music lacks substance. I think that's a terrible.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. But I didn't want to just say it like that.
You cannot be a rapper. You cannot make rap music don't have sense. First of all.
I know, but you can't these days, bros. All the mumble guys.
No, of course. That's sadly I don't realize. I apologize to you. That's my thoughts too.
Yeah, so it's not quite. Yeah, it's a terrible. Yeah, just terrible. What's the word now?
It's not and south. Exactly. I say it's not and south. It's too far from it.
Yeah. There are many rap artists that have substance. I'm sure that you find only 2 Afrobeat artists that actually.
Honestly,
other than
have you been around?
Yes.
Oh, today.
I used to remember to speak to the camera, like face your what's it called? Face your mic. If not, whenever you look away, I don't
think it's Ayo's fault. I think it's a general problem with the mic and the
because I can hear always clearly, but you keep going off sound.
I know that Sheo has that problem too on Fridays, so I don't know what to do.
I'm so tired of.
I don't know what
like
the issue is.
Better.
You can hear me now.
Yeah. So I think it's the mic thing. So you just went back a bit. So maybe you should move your mic a bit.
So it's a different mic, I guess.
Yeah, because now the mic is
off. If I do this, can you hear me clearly?
I can hear you. It's better now. But
because I adjusted.
What? How far can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Wait. How about now? Can you hear me now?
I can still hear you always.
Because now it's a function of the mic on the system picking up because these mics are off now.
I get it.
Yeah. Oh. Wow.
I think because I heard that the mic that was here before, the mic was unidirectional. You could pick from anywhere.
I'm sure that's the issue.
This one, you cannot like direct like this.
Direct,
properly. It's very annoying. It is well even in the well. Justin Bieber, that boy has gone through a lot.
I mean, but I feel like the reviews I've seen is actually mixed. I've heard a few songs that I like, but there's a particular review in The Guardian that says that the beats are not bad, but he did not think he should have thought a little bit more about what he's saying. And yes, there's a particular song I'm like, you know what, this thing is true. Because I'm like, bros, I'm not quite sure what exactly it is that you are saying on this particular record. I haven't listened to Burna, I should.
Yeah.
Ayo, please close the door.
Ayo's in this lifetime.
It's a beautiful name. So everybody wants joy now. Don't you want joy?
Want to go joy.
Bakufu live on YouTube, so it's all good. All All right, welcome back into the Grapevine here on Smooth 98.1 Love Music, Love Live, 17th day of July, 2025. And it's a Thursday, a rainy Thursday, a throwback Thursday, any sort of Thursday you want it to be. That's what it is. But we are here in the Grapevine, walking you through what's going on in the world of entertainment, gisting, having great conversation. It's Ayokunmi in the studio, Oris also here, and of course, James Silas.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought James had left
That
off.
that James here seems to have hiccup. We need to better here, James, please.
Or maybe James hasn't eaten today or something. So
No, I'm good. No, I'll be back in the live studio very soon. Very soon.
very soon. You know what? Until that
Yeah,
actually happens, I'll keep that in my back pocket. Anyways, join us on the conversation. Share your thoughts and messages with us on WhatsApp on 0809 also join us on YouTube. You can find us streaming live at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Smooth 981 FM Lagos. YouTube is the place to be because a lot of behind the scenes things tend to go on and happen. So yeah, you need to be there. Anyways,
the terrible Ayo jokes. Actually, I'm on YouTube.
I mean, come on. You can't deny. Or anyways, we talked about Burna earlier. Let's talk about Justin Bieber, and I'm actually glad that James referenced it. And The Guardian, in a 3-star review, said that his new album has its moments of brilliance, but it's no long awaited masterpiece. The paper pointed to spoken word interludes, including self-pitying super short therapy session on which he addresses the toll of press speculation about his mental health. Another title, Standing on Business, which features a viral clip in which he confronted a photographer as well. And so many things have been said about this album. It kind of, should I say, mirrors Justin's life. Recently, he's been crashing out here and there with paparazzi and so on and so forth. He's 31, but it seems as if he's been in the limelight for like 50, 60 years. He started really young and everything. Looking at this particular album, James, and looking at Justin where he is right now, is everything okay at home?
So I think that if with this album now, so I have to be disclaimer. I've not listened to this particular album that we're talking about right now, personally. However, I understand and I know that the album was released unannounced. It turned out to be like a rude shock to everybody. Just boom, the album came out. Now, now I think going by the reviews and the things I've heard about this album, as per connecting it with his present state of mind or life, I might want to think that he did justice to this album if really we are able to connect it to his real life. I mean, there's a lot of the stories I've read have said or related the album to being for him expressing his troubles, the things that he's faced, both with paparazzi, family, being a father, and all of that. So just maybe he has communicated as good as he wanted to with the way people reacted to the album. Now we've known Justin Bieber for but for pop R&B, that whole sometimes they are feel good, sometimes something like there's always something to hold on to in terms of the hits and singles that he has put out or that we know him for over time. So if this time around it seems like he gave us a sad or he's giving listeners some kind of reflective vibe where they're able to connect it to him and how where his head has been over time. I mean, in recent times, then just maybe he, might just have been mission accomplished.
Well, I have to strongly disagree. Strongly disagree. I think that sometimes if an artist makes an album that is super reflective of their life, this is difficult to say because on the one hand, I'm a big fan of reflective music. On the other hand, I'm like, sometimes it becomes self-indulgent. I remember that, I think, was it one of the early 2000s or so, when Celine Dion made an album because she just had a kid. She had a kid, and this was like an album for a kid or so. I think on the cover, she's carrying the kid. I remember for me, I felt that was like a worst album. because I feel like there's a lot of songs that are for the kid and not for the listeners.
Mm.
So there's also that temptation that sometimes you're making music for a particular, I guess, individual that nobody knows. And he's a kid. I'm not quite sure what connects me and him. So there is that thing that happens sometimes with some artists. You become too indulgent and then you lose track of, I guess, the audience. So I'm not saying that's what happened with Justin, but I suspect that I have listened to the album actually, and I find that the review, especially of the one from The Guardian, is right on the mark. It's a three-star album in a way. It's not a masterpiece in any sense. To think about, I think the album with Sorry from years ago probably would be Justin's masterpiece,
Yeah,
even if I don't think it's masterpiece.
that was 2016, 17, thereabouts.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of that album, but that album was a decent album. And anyway, but yeah, to come back to this one, of course, I think there are a number of interludes in this particular record where he's talking with Drewski, the social media influencer guy. There's one particular interlude where Drewski refers to him as a black guy with a white guy with a black suit or something like that. Just like, please, I'm just tired. I want to hear music.
Purpose. That was the album. Purpose.
Exactly. Purpose. Yes, I think that's probably Justin's best album. That's probably his African Giant. Anyway, but to come back, so this album, honestly, it's like a 3 star, a 2.5 star. The review of The Guardian says something about the album having some nice melodies, but I think it's a she that wrote that review. But she doesn't really believe that Justin thought a lot about what he was saying on the record. And for me, I've always felt like if you're going to make a classic record, you want the lyrics and the production to kind of both be at par on a very high level.
Yeah.
I find that that review was correct because I'm not quite sure what he said on some of the songs, but the beats are kind of quite nice. There are a number of songs. I think the very first one and the second title and the second one that I think are really, really good songs. But largely, you know what, it's a little lackluster. But I think there's the fact of Justin's life. He's a star. He's been a star since 16 or so, since he was a teenager anyway.
He was younger than 16. I think
14.
when
with
he
baby,
did,
with
yeah.
baby, with
I think it was 14, yeah, when he did baby.
yeah. So it's been in our eyes, I guess, for a very mighty long time.
21 now. So
yeah, I mean that's almost a lifetime in the business. So I mean, good for him. But frankly, we'll probably need like a better record from him. Although, like I said, there are a number of songs on this one that are like absolutely fantastic. But still, this is a mid album, I have to say.
A mid album according to Oris. Well, if you haven't listened to it, you need to. Well, you should, and come back with your own thoughts and perspective.
Better agree with me, please. Otherwise, trouble.
They will catch you outside. Anyways, I think I have time to squeeze in one more story. I'm torn between which of these ones that I should actually jump into. Oh, right. There's a new season of BB Niger coming to TV very, very soon. Now, the reason I actually touched on this is some people have spoken about the whole idea behind it. It's tired, it's dated.
Very good point. Yes, people keep saying every season. I think they say that
every season. Now this season is supposed to starts later on in July. There's a 150 million grand prize and so on and so forth. Now, this is probably one of the most consistent and successful reality TV shows, coming out of Nigeria. But is the whole idea behind it? Is it dated? Is it tired? I mean, try to come with a different approach and all that.
The answer is, look, no long story. The answer it is not tired. Fact of the matter is that I think for like almost 5 years now, everybody has something negative to say about BBL. But once it begins. I was watching something the other day. I went to see a friend, and on TV she had the reunion show, and I was told like I didn't know anybody on this stuff, but then that's me. But the show has a ton of followers till today. On social media, sometimes you see certain people arguing like, "Who are these people?" And you find out okay, the person was a Big Brother, was a BBN Nigeria contestant. So the fact of the matter is that maybe you have outgrown BBN, maybe you don't care for it. But fact of the matter is that there are tons, and I mean tons of people who are huge fans of BBN that it would not be here if it wasn't paying somebody's bills. So it's certainly working for the network, and that's why we still have it here. Heavily. Exactly. So these people mean stars every year. So I get that people are frustrated or tired or hate the angle, the sex, the everything, the romance, everything, the noise. I get it. However, we are in a society that I really don't see how, as a group of people in this country, we are ever going to get to the stage where we're going to reject BBN. I just don't see it. People like me and James and Ayo, forming elites, probably, yeah. Maybe not for us. I don't know, but
I'm
No,
not
no,
saying
no,
this
no, no.
is
Speak for yourself.
okay, no, so it's okay, sorry. James is still a fan. So, but I have never been a big fan. I think I probably saw the first two seasons almost 3,000 years ago, and I've never really followed it since then. But fact of the matter is that once BBN begins, it started somewhere, somehow. So even I who doesn't care, I see stuff on social media, I'm like, okay, I ignore it, but still it works. So yeah, so that's kind of what I think about this, that people make all kinds of comments about Big Brother and how bad and blah, 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 dated and everything. But let it begin. And suddenly you see that, okay, everybody's clutching their phones, clutching the TVs to like watch it. So yeah, I mean, it's what it is.
James, I mean, looking at what Oris has said, that it's not going anywhere anytime soon. Is anyone at any point ever going to crack
that BBN code? I mean, it's stayed for so long. It's been here for so long. Is anybody else going to come up with something at some point that can be this successful over time? Is it doable?
There's something already on TV that's something close to BBN or Big
In the
Brother.
numbers,
No. There's a show on TV, a reality show on TV at the moment. I cannot tell you where they are showing it. I don't know, but I've seen it online. Just I've seen it that is live, probably till right now, like we speak, but not close to Big Brother Nigeria. Now the fact is that personally, I'm a fan of Big Brother Nigeria. You understand? I've followed the show, not just watching. I've worked with some of their stars. I have, both. I've been in South Africa for Big Brother. I've been backstage for it as well. I've also managed, like I said, one of the artists, one of the stars from the show. I still currently have stuff with one of the artists, one of the stars from the past episode as well.
Right.
But I know that the show sort of impacts the lives of the participants, so to speak. Some of them come from zero and then they just go boom to 100, in terms of both social media attention, in terms of the star life and so on. Now, fact is, personal opinion, when you look at the platform multi-choice or DSTV today, I don't know, I'm sure they would agree that numbers in terms of subscription base have not been impressive like that. But once it's Big Brother Nigeria season, their numbers always go up. I don't know about now because a lot of people that were watching from back in the day are getting older and don't really have time. But I don't know how connected the newer generation or the younger Gen Z and stuff are to the show. Perhaps some of them are the ones that are going to come on board this year and maybe they'll carry an audience along. But it's fingers crossed until the show starts.
yeah, but I like the question that I asked, which is, are there any other shows that can threaten Big Brother's supremacy? I don't think that's possible for now because let's not forget DSTV, which is the organizers of BBN. I think they are the most, they are for the media. I think they are the biggest across the
Yes,
continent. What that means is that you need to find a rival,
platform.
yes, platform
or something,
that has that kind of distribution. So
Yeah.
BBN has distribution on its side. So I don't know that unless, of course, somebody shows up and then shifts BBN away from DSTV. But as we speak, if you want to get into the most households, you need DSTV. And for DSTV, BBN is the crown jewel. So I do not see how any reality show is going to be able to shift that up for a while. Yeah.
Can we also add that that they also have Big Brother in some African countries? Big Brother Ghana, Big Brother South Africa, of course.
Yes, of course.
Probably some other ones, but none of them comes close to Big Brother Nigeria. Big Brother Nigeria is like the biggest platform or biggest reality TV show across the whole continent.
Yeah, so it means a lot that they are just BBN as an entity is the king of reality TV on although there's the one, I mean, they started the young famous Africans,
young African and young famous African or something.
Yeah, but that's not as that's not
no. Oh no, I get. I'm saying that that one is seems like it's also big, but of course, no, you can't compare it to BBN. And even the other, there's a second one, the Real Housewives thing that they do as well. But none of them has kind of achieved the level of
True.
And I don't think it will change anytime soon.
True. All right, before we go, we need to talk about the bass ghost that's been going on between Nicki Minaj and
it's not it's bass. It's not bass ghost. Caesar,
calm down now.
Okay. I'm like, I followed this one. So live, I was there live.
It's just bass, no ghost.
There's no real ghost.
Okay, what cost? Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, what cost was you were there? Oh yeah,
exactly. I was there exactly. So I think 2 nights
ago. This was on Tuesday. 2 nights ago, exactly. Nicki was having an argument, I guess, so it was kind of exchange with Top Dog Entertainment's head honcho TDA Punch. Anyway, what's his name? Who, by the way, is the guy behind the label that's sponsoring Caesar and Kendrick Lamar. So, what's her name? Caesar posted something that seemed like it was about horoscopes. But somehow, my good friend Nicki interpreted it as she
cut the bullet. She cut the sword.
Exactly, yes. She kind of felt, Nicki felt like her statement, which was very weird to me, was related to what she was saying about her boss. You get. So suddenly, Nicki fired a tweet against Caesar. And I think Caesar said one more thing about how she's not interested in all of the mess that is happening with them, But Nicki did not take that one. Nicki continued. I think up until this morning. For me, it's just funny, because Nicki has had, I don't know, maybe problems with practically everybody on this planet. Of course, she has the long-running stuff with Jay-Z.
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
You get? She has had stuff with, who else again? It's a long list. With Megan Thee Stallion, of course, that was a very popular one. People did records. So, and now there is Caesar. I'm hoping that the Caesar one ends very soon because Caesar hasn't quite said anything on Twitter after. I think Caesar had 2 or 3 tweets. Nick has had 50,000 since then.
Yeah, I think Nicki, this is midlife crisis happening to Nicki. I mean, she might have a point. Yeah, I think because why are you bringing a whole sledgehammer to a simple fight? And the girl has said that she did not direct this thing to you, but you know, and look at the sub and everything. You think that she has come direct at. See, if you bring Caesar close to her face, she's going to scratch her. So Nicki is mad at everybody right now. I don't know. It's they need to look at the situation and see.
Yeah, I'm thinking, how unhappy do you have to be at home to be this virulent online for days?
Yes.
It feels like every day of this week she has had several tweets just attacking.
She's looking for somebody. She's looking for her $200 million.
No, but
the one with Jay-Z.
She's just venting all around. She's venting on everybody.
It's straightforward. If you feel like, I'm talking about America here, if you feel like somebody has done something wrong, there is a right process or right authority. Get your lawyers and go and fight for it, not to be on Twitter.
I know, but I don't, James, but I don't think that's fair. I think that she might be planning something in the courts. But remember, again, we are living in, to be honest, this is a social media world. So even if she doesn't get what she wants from the courts or before she does that, there is some kind of value for somebody like Nicki in her head, at least, to believe that staining somebody's reputation online is also valuable.
Because of social media.
The courts.
I mean,
it's there.
You can say that.
It also means something for her that, you know what, all of us in this conversation, everybody in this conversation rather, they are all celebrities. And what that means is that they have some kind of capital in the public space.
Yeah.
If you're angry with anybody and you feel like, okay, you want to do something that will hurt them, it makes sense, honestly, from that twisted perspective, to be able to say, hey, this particular person deserves to lose some of their cultural capital. Exactly. So that's why you attack Caesar and say Caesar is ugly. You say she's not as successful as she is. You know, she's not said a lot of things.
Sounds like a frog.
But yeah, Jay-Z is a cheat. So there's all of these things that, you know, it matters. I see how the thoughts works, to be honest, for Nicki. It's like, okay, I might take you to court, but before we get there, let me also stain your white in public. Ridiculous, but there you go.
Let's go to the court of social media. All right, let me take your messages. This is from Xavier. Xavier says, I need to comport myself properly to read this one. He says, I have always said that those loyal faithfuls of BBN are among the among the most unserious set of human beings. I don't want to say the way he said it. How not busy can one be to follow? You know what he says? How jobless can one be to follow the
Say it.
plus all the toxic fights here and there? Nigerians love chasing irrelevant stuff. Bring something educational. People won't key in. Instead, watching people lazing around and making out, they are good. It's usually 1 or 2 housemates out of 20 each season that are intelligent. The rest are shaft. I said what I said. Xavier standing like Superman, his chest out.
Calm down. Calm down.
You are clocking this down.
The BBM people are.
Oh my goodness. Cisco Delgado says, late great music icon Stephen Osadebe even said it that people must always talk on anything, be it good or bad. So for Big Brother Nigeria, people will always talk as well. I mean, true story.
Exactly.
And Tayo says, Oris, so it's noise from the other side. Burna Boy did more than
That's
listen.
let me give the context. That's about the Whiskey album where he was titled South of the Other Side. So
He's making a joke about that.
He then says, Burna Boy did more than lift from Fela. He's so proud to admit it. I wish Justin well because the dark side of child celebrity is real, but let's focus on SZA versus Nicki Minaj.
Oh, we got to there. We got to there eventually.
If Oris no disagree, what's in the game? I mean, what's in the game time?
that is not right.
He then says, I'm already there. I don't watch BBN, but the fanfare is real and forced against our will. I even saw someone hawking past BBN question.
Oh wow, okay. I'm sure that's for the audition, I guess. Wow.
He then says, James is the BBN consultant, so I understand a businessman. Are you a consultant?
No, not
James?
consultant. Hey,
BBN, James, do you have the BBN passport?
Come and give it to us.
no,
I want to blow.
No,
I want to blow
They
too.
said that they are working numbers and they're consultants. I put the two of them together.
Definitely, it looks to me like you might have the papers.
I've just been fortunate because I'm also in the media circle to have met and then also, but not even the organizers or any production. No.
James is being modest. Please, I'll see you off camera, James. You will have to help us out.
Ty also says,
in trouble, please help. Stop.
Ty also says, Great Bible will soon challenge BBN.
Amen.
Believe. Ayafedada says, controversy and drama with a pinch of sexuality will always sell. BBN is not going anywhere.
Yep, that is the truth. Sadly, but it's true. Very true.
Sarah from Surrey said, you omitted the interesting stories where a lot of people are getting into the adult content industry and breaking bank.
That is true. It's true. I missed that because we actually had that to discuss today. But
I was thinking that the breakfast show, we don't want to talk about people
who are making billions from adult content on social media.
Don't worry, we can postpone the conversation. We're going after that something.
Exactly.
Anyways, thank you all so much for all the messages. And thank you so very much to you, James Silas, and of course, Oris, for making it a fun time. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, thank you for having us. As usual, Ayo. James Silas on social media. If you find me anywhere, let me know you're from Grapevine or Halabat.
All right, and it's Catch Oris on Twitter. Like I say, catch me online. So catch CATCHORIS on Twitter. Don't catch me on the streets, please. I am fragile.
Right. All right, Lagos, thank you so much for keeping it tuned. The Smooth Breakfast kicks on. Got great music lined up for you. It's going to be a beautiful Thursday morning. And keep it tuned.
Oh, I gave this interview.